What's up, gamers? We're back with more video store simulating. I think I made that joke literally to open the last time. Whatever, man. You don't pay me enough to come up with better jokes. Hello, hello. First off, we got something to do, something important. I'm pretty proud of this name that I came up with. So we are no longer movie time. We are now Snag and Snag and Opus. This fucking choice every time. It's like, I don't know. We'll go with that one. And I'd say the vibes are like, what's something elegant? We'll go with like a nice like. You know what? We'll keep the white lettering. We'll go for like a nice like pastel pink. How would you do that? If I were pink, I would be here. I'd be blue. Apparently red and blue. Yeah, that's nice. Snag and Opus. Oh, and I like the lighting. You know, sometimes I run into this where I like my brain comes up with something and I'm like, stop! Everybody put the pickaxes down, you struck gold! Because I'm pretty proud of Snag and Opus. Not like it's the greatest thing ever, but like, pretty proud of it. But I know that like, because I've lived my life, sometimes I come up with stuff and I'm like, I'm so proud of that, that's so good. And I know that for like not, I don't want to be mean to like call people stupid, but I know for a lot of people, they're just like, what? I also forgot, I noticed this when I was skimming through. I just missed out on some free movies, so I forgot that you get free movies every time you unlock a new genre. Anyways, I know that a lot of the times when I come up with something, it really kind of, motherfucker, it only kind of like makes sense in my head. Like I know that there are people out there. Well, there's nobody watching this, but like if there were people watching this, like half of them would be like, what? Snag and Opus? And I'd be over here being like, yeah, it's like magnum opus. Don't you get it? It's like, and they're like, why snag? What does snag mean? I'm like, oh, you know, like if you find it's like a term, you know, like the deal was so good I just had to snag one, you know, snag. Okay, but like, what does snag and opus mean? What's an opus? And I have to be like, you know, it's like when someone makes a masterful work of art, their best work in their entire career as an artist, they call it a magnum opus, and they're like, so what does it mean to snag it? You know what I mean? Like sometimes I just come up with shit, and I'm like, I know, I don't know what to blame it on. I don't know if it's the fact that that my social skills have fallen off of a cliff because I've been basically inside for the last 3 years and not talking to anybody. I don't know if it's fucking autism. I don't know what it is, but I know that like stuff when I come up with something like snag and opus, it's it falls upon deaf ears in a sense. Anyways, how are we doing today? I know a lot of, I keep talking like there's an audience, but there really is like no other way to do this in this medium, okay? Forgive me for saying I know everybody in the audience wants to know about this, which by the way, the update, I am watching the Cubs right now. It is June 17th. It is 6:41 and we are up 8-2 in the top of the 6th, so I know we were all waiting on like hands and knees just begging for me to let you know how it was going. So there you go. Consider yourself welcomed. So I know I said last time, you know, I every time I'm like, I'm serious about this and I'm gonna do it all the time if I can. And I am serious about that, but then you're like looking at me and you're going like, Gavin, you didn't upload in a week. You didn't record in a week. What's up with that, huh? You must have fallen. And I just want to say the reason why I didn't record and do upload anything was because I was busy. All right, fucking nothing ever happens. Andes were real fucking quiet after the week that I had. All right, that's all I'll say. Well, that isn't all that I'll say. I'll give you a little taste of what my week was like. Um, First of all, the most worrying thing was I low key like actually like I kind of threw out my back, you know, and I'm only 28, man. Like it was one of the it is genuinely like one of the first times where I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm getting old, and it's like scaring me. Like this sucks. Yeah, I'm getting old, man. Um, it wasn't like too bad. The first day or two, I was really fucking concerned because it was the first time that I had like, well, honestly, it was like the first time I've ever had like a lower back injury, you know. And the people, if the people want to know, I did it from squats. I was doing it by working out. It wasn't just like me like going about my day and being old. I was putting in the work, okay, and I don't know if my form was off. I don't know if it was too much. I don't know if like what I suspect that what I injured was my hip flexors, right? Because that's one of the muscles you use when you do squats. And when I was doing those squats, it wasn't so much like a ow, you know, it was more like I started doing squats and then my inner thighs were just like searing in pain. I was like, ow, ow, this sucks, owie, 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 owie. So that there wasn't really like a, you know, when you like sprain something, there's like, oh, that was the moment. It was more like, I don't know, I genuinely don't know if I heard it beforehand and I just didn't notice until it was time to do squats. I don't know if I did hurt myself doing the squats and I just like didn't realize that I hurt myself moment, you know what I mean? Because it genuinely was like, I'm gonna do my squats now, and then I started doing them and I was like, ow, this sucks. Why does this suck? Okay, no squats for me, I guess. Anyways. Oh, and I also suspect it was my hip flexors because, like I said, it was my lower back, and the hip flexors, like, are kind of like the only muscles that attach from from your legs to your lumbar section, to your spine. So, if you look it up, you look up what your fucking ellipsoas does, all right? You don't have to completely take my word for it. But anyways, I suspect that's what happened, and it sucked. I'm mostly better now. Like, it still like is a little sore, but like for the last week, you know, my back hurt, and I was really sad about that because it made me confront the fact that I'm no longer the spry young chicken that I was, even though I still am. I maintain that I am young, that I am not old. And truthfully, it could just be the fact that I was neglecting to warm up. Like, I've been working out again for the last year or so. And the whole time, I just didn't, like, warm up, even though you're supposed to. And I truthfully do believe that that's what it was, is just I didn't warm up, so I hurt myself. So... like, what did you want again? Oh, the Queen, a beacon of hope. Right.
Oh.
The movie title was so fucking ridiculous, I didn't, like, process it. So that's my cope. My cope is that I threw my back out because I didn't warm up, and it's one of those muscles that if you don't like really, it was frustrating because I do stretches in the morning. I like do 20 minutes of like yoga, like in my room when I wake up. So that's what kind of like an excuse for in my head why I wouldn't work out or warm up, I should say, before working out, because in my mind, even though I also know that when you do stretches, your muscles are only like warmed up for like, well, that $2 fee, I caught the worst cold of my life. I couldn't even leave the house. You're chill. Anyways, I do 20 minutes of stretching in the morning, and in my head, I would justify not warming up because I'm like, well, I do stretches. I should be fine. I've been stretching, like, consistently, like, every day for the last, like, 5 months. Like, yeah, I should be okay. But, you know, muscles only stay warm for, like, you dumb fuck. Okay, so the game does have a system for that. Oh. No, what's your excuse? It was pretty bad. I'm sure nobody was waiting on it. No. Oh, nice. Yeah, man. You got it. You got it. Ooh. Right there for you. Anyways, lesson learned. That's also why this is... I'm dead serious. This is only going to be a 2-day, in-game day at most session. You're only getting like 40 minutes out of me, okay? Because I gotta work out after this. And during the week, I didn't stop working out because... I looked it up because this was my first back tweak. I looked it up, and for the most part, if it's like actually not like a serious injury, if you just tweak your back from working out like everybody does occasionally, then you're supposed to, like, you know, be chill about it. But you're still supposed to like use your muscles and basically do what you're supposed to do. So I did that, and I've been using a little 10 15 minute warm up before I do it. And I'm hoping that this will be the last back tweak until I'm truly and properly old. Dude, you're almost 30. You are old. Shut up. Shut up. We live in fucking in the 21st century now. Your 30s are like your new 20s. The new people. What did you want? You wanted a horror movie, right? Yeah. I'm yapping too much. I can't keep up with my train of thought.
Wow.
Anyways, I maintain I'm not old, and I want to believe that I didn't hurt myself because I am getting old. It's truly just because I'm stupid and stubborn, and I wasn't doing what I should have been doing, and I hurt myself as a result. So that was the first thing. Not that really like keeps you away from sitting down and doing a recording session. Although during that week I did try to minimize sitting down, because if you look up your hip flexors, they tense up from they're the muscles that bring your knees up to your chest, like that motion of your hip. So that they are tense when you like sit down, which is why they get weak if you sit down a lot, like I do for like my job and stuff. So for that whole week, while I was working, I would get up like every 30 minutes, walk around, do a little bit of stretching. You know, I tried to, as much as I could, I tried to minimize sitting, but that's still not the excuse. Other things, I feel like I had an in-between thought to go on, but I'm just gonna, I guess I'll skip ahead to this next thing. Oops.
Hey.
Yeah, 1 minute. Anyways, I was busy. I was doing some shit. The thing of note, the grass touching that I would like to report the most was I took, well, I didn't take. We went together as a family. We went to the ballpark for a baseball game with my dad because it was Father's Day. Well, it's the week before Father's Day, but next week during proper Father's Day, they're out of town. So this last Sunday was the like Father's Day celebration. We all went out, and it was a lot of fun. It was a great game too. It was high scoring, 10-11. One minute, ma'am. But unfortunately, we did lose. But yeah, you know how in that song they say, "Take me out to the ball game"? I did that, man. I did it. I took myself out to the ball game. There you go. A proper rainbow. Bad news though. I did give myself a sunburn doing that. It wasn't like my whole like body or anything, because I was mostly covered up. I obviously was wearing a baseball hat. My hair is long enough to protect my neck. I did like surprise ambush Wu-Tang Clan reference. But it did. The only places that I got my sunburn on was my forearms. So my forearms hurt, and it's like the first time I've ever had a sunburn this bad. Like, I've got a sunburn blister. I was so concerned. I was like, what the fuck is this, cancer? Like, I know you can get cancer from sun damage. Like, did I just give myself cancer over a fucking baseball game? But apparently that's the thing. If you have a severe enough sunburn, you can get a little blister, which sucks. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever had to deal with a sunburn this severe, because truthfully, my whole life, I never really burnt that easily. I'm mostly used to tanning. That's a part of the reason why I feel like people were always, why people, my whole life have kind of they can never like pin down like what ethnicity I am. Because during the summer, I would usually have like a bit of an olive complexion. I was a little tan before. But because I've been inside basically all the time for the last couple of years, I think my skin was not used to it, and I neglected to put on sunscreen, even though I'm doing a skincare routine now, and I should know better, but I just didn't think about it because, again, don't really go outside that much, and, you know, I just didn't think about it because for my whole life I never really needed sunscreen. I know even if you do tan, you should still use sunscreen, but just saying that, like, being out in the hot sun never really like harmed me this much. Like, if I got a sunburn, it was usually pretty minor. You'd go away in a day or two. So there's that. I went outside. Oh, that's right. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. You would think that you turn the sign on to open the day. Turning the sign off would end the day, but it's all right, man. I don't gotta make a big fuss about it. New movie released today.
Poggies, yippee! Cherry cola.
What is it? Forward to the past. Right. I'll take 10. Okay, so we gotta do the usual thing where, oh, Rain Woman's time is over. Rain Woman, you gotta go on the shelves now. On the normie shelves. Again, we'll see if I throw these away or sell them or whatever. I mean, people keep fucking breaking my tape, so it doesn't even really matter that much. I only did half the job. Anyways, yeah, I did that over the weekend. We went out as a family. It was nice and fun. Good game. I did get news though that like genuinely like really bummed me out. Like I was in a funk in like December, January, February. Like around that time, I was in a pretty depressive period where I was just kind of sad all the time and there was nothing I could do, which is unusual for my fucking everything is awesome and I'm the coolest period that I am in with my life. But it happened, and this was the genuinely like the saddest I have been this year since then, since I kicked that sadness. And yeah, that kind of sucked, but it also that sucked, and it like prevented me from like wanting to like you can't really it's difficult to boot up fucking Retro Rewind and OBS and be like when I'm genuinely a little sad boy, but at the same time it did like kind of stoke that fire in me that hasn't been there, that I've been used to the last couple of years since I originally cured myself of depression by sheer will. It did like stoke that fire again that I've been used to, because even though I did kick that like little bit of a depressive mood from the beginning of the year, it never really felt like I went back to like my normal like confident like I'm the fucking best self. But receiving this bit of bad news honestly did kind of like it kind of forced that like fire to come back in my heart, like kind of like, okay buddy, you gotta lock the fuck in, you know. And that's good. I'll take that, you know. It still sucks, but if we're looking at the bright side, I suppose that's it. So I'm here and I'm yappy, and I'm a bit of a I'm feeling closer to myself than I felt like all year long. And I suppose, you know, it's good to take the good with the bad, I suppose. Anyways, that's the catch up. What have you guys been up to? How are the kids? Wife treating you okay? Yeah, this is gonna be the real test to see how many rain women I have and if it's gonna be a problem. That's what I wanted to. Well, what the? Like, my brain was cooking on a joke that would have shown me to be very witty and funny. And I couldn't think of it at the time, so I said whatever bullshit I just said. But what I wanted to say was, you take the good, you take the bad, you take the something and the sad, and with that you get the facts of life. Like, it's a problem because... Oh, I was gonna say, is that one of the ones I just dropped on the floor? It's a shame because that's something that my brain would like come up with, and I'd be like, oh, I'm so fucking funny and smart. Like, I can't believe I just pulled that out of my ass. Okay, there are too many rain women, and it is clogging up my shelves. Then again, I could just, well, we'll do this for now. Oh, we'll just put these at the bottom here. I could just get bigger shelves for the inside and not have to stick with these old thin shelves, but whatever. I'll give it a fire. But anyways, I failed to come up with that because it's not like something from like my actual life, you know. Like, I never watched The Facts of Life, which I believe is a TV show with the theme song that I was referencing. I don't even know why I know The Facts of Life. Well, vaguely. Why it's even in my brain at all. But I suppose, blah, blah, blah. This is why you do this. This is why I record, to, like, flex those muscles. Blah, blah, blah. You get the fucking bit, man. Is that all the movies? Nope, not quite. God damn it. Honest to God, I expected the catch up to basically take up the entire 40 minutes. I guess my week wasn't actually that fucking interesting, or, you know, filled with shit. What's the next level up? Ooh, the popcorn machine is the next one. Interesting. Oh, did I buy the new movies today? I know I bought the new movie, but did I buy... I did not. Okay, we gotta do that too. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. How did you like that bit, huh? Pretty good, pretty good. Why do I need the practice? I'm fucking firing on all cylinders, clearly. Is that all of them? Oh, okay. I was like, that can't be all of them. Now it's all of them. Okay. We can go a day without stacking the shelves. I didn't realize that they had this little thing here. Like, they like put it in the game. That's cute. That's cute. Where it gives an actual reason as to be like, I want to watch a movie, but I don't know what movie I want to. Oh, I stand here and they tell me what movie I want to watch. This game's cute, man. I like this game. All right, I think I gotta stop. Gotta stop stalling. It's time to go. I'm looking to get a good split on this time.
Ooh.
Oh, what a time loss. This sucks. This sucks! I'm washed. I'm washed. My goat is cooked. What a terrible split. Secrets of the Forbidden Uncle, you say? Oh, right.
Ooh.
My dumbass, like, read that out loud, but thought she was, like, asking for a movie recommendation. I was like, what's a good movie in the genre of Secrets of the Forbidden Uncle? Movie was working fine when I dropped it. I won't pay your broken fee. Fuck you. Hippie! That's how I think, that's my impression of a hippie too. The hippie stereotype is such a weird one. Like, hippies were like kind of a thing for what, like 5 years in the late 60s, like 65 to like 69. And as a result, they are mocked for the rest of eternity for the brief blip that they possessed in the pop culture sphere. Like, what is it about the archetype of the hippie that is so strong that in today, like legitimately 60 years later, we still reference their existence? Like, what else is like that? Like, you don't see, like obviously you know these other archetypes, but you don't like see them referenced as much as like hippies get referenced. Like, you don't see like greasers and shit all the time. You don't see like disco people all the time, but you see hippies like referenced like fucking everywhere. I guess it's because it's kind of like shorthand for people who are still kind of like new age in the current day, even though they're very much don't look like hippies. You know, like, sure, they may have like messy hair and stuff, but they don't wear like tie-dye. They don't wear like the weird glasses. I guess just like everything else, it's just a shorthand. You can't prove that I broke my last. Pay me my money. She like admitted fault, but was still mad. I don't understand. Oh. Oh. Oh, you want Hell Hotel. You want me to get it for you yourself, huh? Dumb fuck, it says new releases right there. Idiot! Idiot! We missed you, Gavin. We missed confident, loud, silly Gavin. What were we... How could we have survived all this time without this? What would we have done without you, Gavin? Thank God the prodigal son has returned. I do gotta like actually be serious about recording on days where I don't feel like that yappy. Then again, those days will be fewer than they were for the last couple of months. But still, I gotta put in the work. That you can't criticize me for. You can't say shit about the fact that I didn't do this the last week because, like I said, I was doing shit, man. Nothing ever happens. People are fucking they're writhing in the streets. Their whole worldview has been torn apart. But I could have done this yesterday, I suppose, and I just didn't. But today I was like, I feel yappy. Let's do some yapping. So I suppose I do gotta be better about that.
Hey.
Stone me in the town square for my trespasses. I could be better about that. But what can I say, man? It's a lot more fun to do this when I'm like in this mood. All right? Cast stones if thou hast never been in my shoes, I guess. I'm trying my best, man. I want to say quirky and cute and witty stuff, but I'm just not built for it, man. I gotta fucking hustle for it.
Ah.
Where are my day one grinders? Coming out onto the scene to... What's up? I was due when? I thought we had to keep movies for a year. Chill,
Wow.
but just, you gotta... No more, huh? Yeah? Twins!
Oh.
Oh, what are you staring at me for? Why do I gotta fill all the empty space, huh? Why don't you do the talking, huh? You're charging me a late fee? Do you know who I am? Give me my money. That is another thing that I've realized, given the fact that I've kind of been socially isolated for the last couple of years, is that for my whole life I never was really bothered by like typical like social awkwardness indicators, like bits of silence or like too much eye contact. I've even though that my brain has the silly juice in it. You know, God made me in quotes special. I've never really had a problem with like eye contact. I'm usually pretty good at maintaining it, and I don't usually, or I haven't freaked out in the past over silence, but I have noticed when I am put into social situations now, and I do realize that there's silence and my brain legitimately can't think of anything to say, and it's like actually panicking, where it's like the weather, huh? Where I'm like actually like finding a way to like kill the silence, even though that used to not be an issue. Strange. And it does kind of reinforce what I know deep down, even though I'm going to continue to do this just because it's fun at the very least. But I also do think it does help a little bit. It is evidence that, truthfully, to
Hey.
to maintain your social skills and whatnot, to be charming and charismatic. This talking to yourself playing video games can only do so much. You mean this can only do so much because the mind state I'm in now is not necessarily the mind state that I'm in when I'm like looking into the face of another sentient person who has a life and has their own thoughts and opinions and emotions and whatnot. It's not the same as doing this, so play with everything, a late fee, not surprising. This is the most neutral we've gotten so far, but I am gonna ask for the money. Okay, you're chill about it. Gray hair, brown skin, purple. What is that like teal pants, turquoise pants? I'll try to remember you, buddy. All right, the next one's on me. Now, what's your excuse? 20 for damaging me. I can find a copy of that same movie I returned for 5. Give me the fucking money. But yeah. The fact of the matter is that if I want real gains, if I really want to like buff up those muscles of mine for being witty and funny, I just gotta go out and start over from scratch. Like I said, it's like the pandemic. You just gotta put your neck on the chopping block for long enough until, you know, the bicycle riding instincts like a bike. Well, I was like, you idiot! You fucked that up. You fucked that metaphor up, idiot! Yeah, you just gotta do it until it comes back to you. So, still gonna do this because I think it's fun, but 'tis true. This only does so much for you. But I do still honestly believe that it does help a little bit. If at the very least, I don't know, just like some confidence that I sometimes I do this and I make a joke and I'm like, damn, I'm pretty fucking funny, and you like carry that with you a little bit, even though it's not like conscious, like, oh fuck, the cashier's a cute girl, fuck. Okay, Gavin, just remember, 2 days ago when you recorded Retro Rewind, you made that one joke, like off the top of your head in the moment. Oh, buddy, if you could come up with that, you can fucking do anything. Like, it's not like conscious, but still, like, you know, it could help. It can help to like have a little bit of like I don't know, like, hey, you can be funny sometimes, and there's like fucking literal evidence of it out in the world. I don't know, man. I'm just fucking fibbing. What else do you want from me, alright? Anyways, that's all for today. We'll continue being Snag and Opus in the next time. Like I said, I know what's going on, but I gotta go fucking work out, and hopefully this time I don't tweak my back. So, wish me luck, and we'll be back next time, whenever that is. Probably soon, though. Probably soon. Bye-bye.